লক্ষ্মীপুর বাগেরহাট তেতুলিয়া টেকনাফ বগালেক মারিঝাপ নারিন্দ নালাহাট নীলগিরি সাতঘাট চিরজগঞ্জ সিলেট বাক্সিহি মিলগেট 10 মাইল ঠাকুরগাঁ রাজশাহী বগুড়া নোয়াখালী রাতারগুল বরিশাল কাঠেরপুল ঝালকাঠি জাফলং মেজবানি সীতাগঞ্জ যেতে যেতে সন্ধ্যা বাংলা বান্ধা আমি জুড়ে সারা বাংলাদেশ আমি ঘুরি সারা বাংলাদেশ আমি জুড়ে সারা বাংলাদেশ আমি ঘুরি সারা বাংলাদেশ
This was a video prepared by a student here at the University of Dhaka in his effort to show the 64 districts that make up our country. Next, we have prepared a cultural performance for our honorable guests attending the event that will be performed by Dhaka University Cultural Society. The main theme of the cultural performance is the students of the University of Dhaka was intrinsically involved with the Bengali language movement in 1952, Liberation War in 1971, and other brilliant movements of Bangladesh. Today, on the eve of the centenary celebration, we are going to recall all those glorious movements that we have achieved so far in Bangladesh, where people from any culture or religion will feel safe. So, I would like to kindly request Dhaka University Cultural Society to start their performance. Thank you.
প্রাণের চেয়ে প্রিয় আমাদের দেশ বাংলাদেশ, অসীম ত্যাগ আর গর্বের ইতিহাসে সাজানো এই দেশের অভ্যুদয়, নিজের দেশে স্বাধীনভাবে বেঁচে থাকা আর মায়ের ভাষায় কথা বলার জন্য এত আত্মত্যাগ আর লড়াইয়ের ইতিহাস পৃথিবীতে বিরল। আর এই প্রাপ্তির পেছনে বাংলার খেটে খাওয়া নিরীহ মানুষের অসীম লড়াই যেমন চিরকাল শ্রদ্ধার সাথে স্মরণীয়, তেমনি ইতিহাসের পাতায় স্বর্ণাক্ষরে লেখা থাকবে ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের নাম। এদেশের সকল স্বাধিকার আন্দোলনের সূত্রপাত এই বিদ্যাপীঠ থেকেই।
আমি জন্মেছি বাংলায়, আমি বাংলায় কথা বলি, আমি বাংলার আলপথ দিয়ে হাজার বছর চলি, চলি পলিমাটি কোমলে আমার চলার চিহ্ন ফেলে, 1300 নদী শোধায় আমাকে, কোথা থেকে তুমি এলে? এসেছি বাঙালি ক্ষুদিরাম আর সূর্য সেনের থেকে, এসেছি বাঙালি জয়নুল আর অবন ঠাকুর থেকে, এসেছি বাঙালি রাষ্ট্রভাষার লাল রাজপথ থেকে, এসেছি বাঙালি বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর থেকে। আমি যে এসেছি জয় বাংলার বজ্রকণ্ঠ থেকে, আমি যে এসেছি 71-এর মুক্তিযুদ্ধ থেকে, এসেছি আমার পেছনে হাজার চরণ চিহ্ন ফেলে। শুধাও আমাকে, এতদূর তুমি কোন প্রেরণায় এলে? তবে বুঝি তুমি বাঙালি জাতির ইতিহাস শোনো নাই? সবার উপরে মানুষ সত্য, তাহার উপরে নাই। একসাথে আছি, একসাথে বাঁচি, আজও একসাথে থাকবই, সব বিভেদের রেখা মুছে দিয়ে সাম্যের ছবি আঁকবই। পরিচয়ে আমি বাঙালি, আমার আছে ইতিহাস গর্বের, কখনোই ভয় করি না কো আমি উদ্যত কোনো খড়গের। শত্রুর সাথে লড়াই করেছি, স্বপ্নের সাথে বাস, অস্ত্রেও শান দিয়েছি যেমন, শস্য করেছি চাষ। একই হাসি মুখে বাজায়েছি বাঁশি, গলায় পড়েছি ফাঁস। আপোষ করিনি কখনোই আমি, এই হলো ইতিহাস। সেই ইতিহাস ভুলে যাব আজ? আমি কি তেমন সন্তান? যখন আমার জনকের নাম শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান, তার ইতিহাস প্রেরণায় আমি বাংলায় পথ চলি। চোখে নীল আকাশ, বুকে বিশ্বাস, পায়ে উর্বর পলি।
বুকের তাজা রক্তে উজ্জিত হয়েছে আমাদের এই বাংলা। এই বাংলা ধন্য হয়েছে রবীন্দ্রনাথ নজরুলে। বাংলার আছে লালন ফকির, হাসন রাজা, আব্দুল করিম। বাংলার আছে আব্বাস, আছে আব্দুল আলিম। মাসে 13 পার্বণ। নানান উৎসবে বর্ণিল সাজে সজ্জিত হয়ে খুশিতে নেচে ওঠে এই দেশ। আর দেশের সকল উৎসবের প্রাণকেন্দ্র আমাদের ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়। অনেক বাধা আছে, বাধা থাকবে, কিন্তু আমরা লড়াই করতে জানি, আমরা জয় করতে জানি। আমরা সব বাধা পেছনে ফেলে এগিয়ে যাবই। আর অতীতের মতো ভবিষ্যতেও এদেশের সকল জয়ের সাথে ওতপ্রোতভাবে মিশে থাকবে ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়। ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের শতবর্ষে এই হোক আমাদের প্রতিজ্ঞা এবং অঙ্গীকার। ধন্যবাদ।
ও পৃথিবী এবার এসে বাংলাদেশ নাও চিনে, ও পৃথিবী তোমায় জানাই স্বাগত এই দিনে। ও পৃথিবী এবার এসে বাংলাদেশ নাও চিনে, ও পৃথিবী তোমায় জানাই স্বাগত এই দিনে।
What a brilliant performance by our very own Dhaka University Cultural Society. Now I would like to kindly request Mohammad Gholam Sarwar sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, University of Dhaka, to come to the stage and host the session. Thank you.
distinguished guests, good afternoon to you all, distinguished guests, dignitaries, delegates, industry leaders, esteemed faculties, students, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm good afternoon to you all. We can see our honorable chief guest of today's program has just arrived. We'll be having few minutes to settle down and we'll start very soon. Okay. Myself, Muhammad Ghulam Sarwar, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, University of Dhaka. This is indeed an honor to welcome you all to the launching ceremony of the project Capacity Building of Universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship. As we all know that University of Dhaka is currently celebrating its centennial celebration, and we are extremely honored to be a part of this celebration. Representing Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center, University of Dhaka, and the interdisciplinary team, and sharing the same podium of glorious centennial celebration of the University of Dhaka is a matter of pride and honor for us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are overwhelmed to be a part of series of events. May I now invite the Honorable Vice-Chancellor of University of Dhaka to lead the guests to the podium. As we all know that University of Dhaka is currently celebrating its centennial celebration, and we are extremely honored to be a part of this celebration. Representing Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center, University of Dhaka, and sharing the same podium of glorious centennial celebration of the University of Dhaka is a matter of pride and honor for us. It is mentioned that we are celebrating our centennial celebration in the month of December. December is a month of victory which reflects resilience and compassion. December reminds us about the supreme sacrifices of more than 3 million people and stimulates us to renew our commitment and pledges to serve for the betterment of Bangladesh, which has achieved its independence under the leadership of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. It is equally significant to note that this year we are celebrating the birth centenary of the father of the nation, who is the architect of independent Bangladesh, a country which is also celebrating its golden jubilee of independence. We are delighted to have amongst us as the chief guest of today's launching ceremony, Mr. M.A. Mannan, MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. As the guest of honor, His Excellency Mr. Jang-Keun, Embassy of the Republic of Korea, Dhaka, Bangladesh. We are delighted to have as special guest Mr. MD Mahbub Hussain, Secretary, Secondary and Higher Education Division, Minister of Education, Professor Dr. MD Abu Tahir, Member University Grants Commission, Bangladesh, Professor Dr. Satya Prasad Mujumdar, Vice-Chancellor, Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology, Professor Dr. ASM Maqsood Kamal, Vice-Chancellor Academic, University of Dhaka, and Member Secretary, Centennial Celebration Central Coordination Committee, Professor Dr. Muhammad Abdul Muin, Dean, Faculty of Business Studies, University of Dhaka, and the board member of ICE Center. We have amongst us as distinguished speakers, Professor Dr. MD Rahmatullah, Honorable Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Dhaka, and President, Dhaka University Teachers Association. Professor Dr. Khandakar Budlul Haq, Vice Chairman, Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center, will join us virtually with us. We have also amongst us Ms. Yang Do, Country Director, KOICA, Mr. Dairi Kim, Project Manager, Project Management Consortium, PMC, South Korea. Mr. Rashidur Rahman, Associate Professor and Founding Executive Director, Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center, University of Dhaka. And it is a great pleasure to share that today's project launching ceremony will be chaired by Professor Dr. MD Akhtaruzzaman, Vice-Chancellor and Chairman, Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center. At this moment, may I humbly request Ms. Saida Akhtar to welcome our guest with a token of memento. Ms. Saida Akhtar is an Assistant Professor, Department of International Relations, University of Dhaka. She will be accompanied by Mehnaz Sadiq, a research intern of the ICE Center. It is our pleasure to share that a number of delegates have joined virtually Zoom from Bangladesh and South Korea. Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, at the very outset of today's launching ceremony, we are overwhelmed to share that the capacity development project to promote youth entrepreneurship in Bangladesh that we are going to launch today has been signed between the government of Bangladesh and South Korean government. The project aims to develop a pilot entrepreneur roadmap for universities in Bangladesh through research and advocacy and promote the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Bangladesh. The project under the Ministry of Education Government of Bangladesh will be implemented by the University of Dhaka, University Grants Commission in partnership with KOICA, Korea Polytechnic University and Korea Productivity Center, along with reputed universities in Bangladesh and other important national and international stakeholders. It is mentioned that South Korea, being the most important development partners of Bangladesh, has been contributing immensely towards the development of Bangladesh, especially in the ICT sector. KOICA is playing an instrumental role to develop skilled manpower in our country. Under the current capacity development venture, KOICA is facilitating to promote entrepreneurial ecosystem in Bangladesh through infrastructure and curriculum development and training. It is important to note that the project will be undertaken at a time when Bangladesh is going to graduate from LDC to middle income country. The graduation from LDC will bring enormous prospects, opportunities along with challenges that need to be addressed with proper vision and innovative approaches. This project will not only enhance the capacity of the universities in Bangladesh, but also facilitate to realize their potentials in fostering innovation-driven initiatives for the betterment of Bangladesh. This project will also contribute significantly to attain the milestones of sustainable development goals that Bangladesh is aiming to achieve by 2030. Having said that, this is my extreme pleasure to invite Professor Dr. M.D. Rahmatullah, Honorable Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Dhaka, and President, Dhaka University Teachers Association, to deliver his welcome address.
The chief guest of today's project launching ceremony, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning, Mr. M.A. Mannan, MP, guest of honor, Her Excellency, Mr. Lee Jang-Keun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today's session chair, Honorable Vice-Chancellor and Chair of IC Center, University of Dhaka, Professor Dr. M.D. Akhtaruzzaman. Special guest, Mr. M.D. Mahbub Hussain, Secretary, Secondary and Higher Education Division, Ministry of Education. Professor Dr. M.D. Abul Tahir, Member, University Grants Commission, Bangladesh. Ms. Yang Ah-do, Country Director, Korea International Cooperation Agency, KOICA. Professor Dr. A.S.M. Maksud Kamal, Vice-Chancellor, Academic, University of Dhaka. Professor Dr. Shati Prasad Majumdar, Vice-Chancellor, University of Engineering and Technology. Professor Dr. Muhammad Abul Moin, Dean, Faculty of Business Studies, Board Member of IC Center, University of Dhaka. Distinguished speakers, dignitaries, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the launching ceremony of the project titled Capacity Building of Universities in Bangladesh for Promoting Youth Entrepreneurship. This project between Bangladesh and South Korea being implemented by the University of Dhaka and other stakeholders aims to improve the environment for potential entrepreneurs through capacity building of the universities on entrepreneurship education. This project will promote capacity of the faculties, interdisciplinary students, and professionals, and develop a pilot entrepreneurial roadmap for universities in Bangladesh through research and advocacy. This year marks the centennial anniversary of the University of Dhaka and 50 years of independence of Bangladesh. University of Dhaka has always upheld its legacy in helping to shape the economy of the country over the last 100 years. It is the change agent for all positive development in Bangladesh across social, cultural, economic, and political platforms. As we celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Independence of Bangladesh, we recognize that this privilege that we enjoy is the result of sacrifice of all the martyrs and visionaries who have contributed into making Bangladesh what it is today. We need to do justice for their sacrifices and contributions while working together for the betterment of the universities and thereby contribute to the development efforts of the country. Bangladesh is currently experiencing a population dividend with nearly 20% of its population being young people between the ages 15 to 24. The onset of the current population dividend and shift in economy towards becoming a developed nation by 2041 is truly reflective of the need for entrepreneurship of Bangladesh to move closer to realizing philosophy of the father of nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He is the visionary and the architect of Bangladesh, who initiated the journey of Bangladesh transforming into a developed nation, which is being implemented by his beloved daughter, Her Excellency Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The project is a proof of that dream being materialized into reality, where a knowledge-driven economy of Bangladesh will be created, fueled by the establishment of an entrepreneurial ecosystem. University of Dhaka is set to be a role model for developing an entrepreneurial climate through their collaboration with other notable universities around the country. By means of this project, I believe the project, with its inter-agent collaboration among the stakeholders, is sure to project Bangladesh towards its vision of becoming a developed nation by 2041. I congratulate the University of Dhaka and the ICE Center, University of Dhaka, especially Mr. Rashidur Rahman and the interdisciplinary team for this unique initiative that will surely educate the next generation of entrepreneurs who will help us achieving Vision 2041. I would also like to thank and express my gratitude to the government of Korea and Korean International Cooperation Agency, KOICA, for coming forward with this collaborative project and contributing to develop the capacities of the University of Bangladesh. My heartfelt thanks and appreciation to all those attending the event today for being a source of inspiration for all of us. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. May I now invite Ms. Yang Do, Country Director, KOICA, to deliver her welcome address.
Greetings from KOICA Bangladesh office. We are pleased to announce that KOICA Bangladesh office was established in 1995. This year, 2021, is an immensely momentous year, marking a number of milestones for KOICA as it marks its 25th anniversary of establishment of country office in Bangladesh, 30th anniversary of its establishment, moreover also for the Republic of Korea, for its historic membership with the United Nations. Not to mention, 2021 is a crucial year for Bangladesh as well, as it proudly celebrates the Golden Jubilee of Independence. Since its establishment, KOICA has contributed to the sustainable socio-economic development of Bangladesh through various programs, namely Project and Development Consulting, Fellowship Program, Public-Private Partnership Program, Multilateral Cooperation, World's Friends Korea, and Humanitarian Assistance. KOICA's priority sectors focus on education, health, and good governance based on ICT technology. KOICA has carried out about 30 development projects over the past 25 years, dispatched 556 WFK volunteers, invited approximately 3,000 government officials of Bangladesh to the Republic of Korea to gain first-hand training, supported 66 NGO collaborated projects and 12 international organizations cooperation projects. Having given a brief introduction in a nutshell, let us now have a look at KOICA's 25 years of journey in Bangladesh. KOICA is an eminent global development cooperation organization that realizes global values and creates mutual prosperity. It is deeply committed to assist the government of Bangladesh to accomplish its national development plan and graduate to developed country status by 2041. KOICA, since its establishment, has been contributing towards achieving the SDGs aligned with its 3 programs, namely, enhance efficiency of public service by establishing digital public system, enhance public health by providing quality of health and medical service, and develop skillful human resource for sustainable development. KOICA vows to contribute to the common prosperity and the promotion of world peace through inclusive mutual development cooperation, leaving no one behind. KOICA's core values are people, peace, prosperity, planet, partnership.
His Excellency Mr. M.A. Mannan, MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning, Professor Dr. M.D. Akhtaruzzaman, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, University of Dhaka, M.D. Mahbub Hussain, Honorable Secretary, Secondary and Higher Education Division, Ministry of Education, His Excellency Mr. Jang-Keun, Ambassador, Embassy of the Republic of Korea in Bangladesh, Professor Dr. M.D. Abdul Taher, Member, University Grants Commission, Bangladesh, Professor Shato Prasad Mojumdar, Vice-Chancellor, Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology. Respected guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, very good afternoon, Mallo Achen, and 안녕하세요. It is great pleasure and honor for me to address you on the occasion of the launching ceremony of capacity building of universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship project. I would like to acknowledge the long-standing cooperation among KOICA, the Ministry of Education, and University of Dhaka. KOICA has been supporting Pori development projects in Bangladesh since 1995, including developing in the human resources of Bangladesh through a comprehensive package of programs. KOICA Bangladesh Country Plans 2020-2024, one of the strategic objectives is to create skilled human resources for sustainable economic growth. This project is implementing under the same strategy. And this project is now a remarkable project in KOICA Bangladesh office. The project main components are developing a curriculum for entrepreneurship, education and creating a pilot entrepreneurial roadmap for universities in Bangladesh through research and advocacy. The project will provide a series of training courses for Bangladesh officials and education service providers, including faculties and trainers of universities, to acquire the knowledge and experience required to implement the project successfully. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe promoting youth entrepreneurship project will address issues and opportunities relating to economic growth and employment generation, environment and various social challenges. For example, improving healthcare services, providing easy and affordable access to education for all, Agriculture Act, to help Bangladesh reach its higher middle income country's status. As you know, the Republic of Korea is one of the greatest economic development success stories in history, going from one of the poorest countries in the world and a major aid recipient to a high-income country, a major aid donor in just a single generation. Korea's stunning economic growth was based on an innovative export-oriented industrialization model. This model seeks to create a supportive ecosystem for entrepreneurs and SMEs, especially in the ICT sector, in order to boost job creation and pursue great economic democratization within the country. The Korean government closely supports entrepreneurs, which is creating massive employability for the young generation in South Korea. So KOICA has interested in promoting youth entrepreneurs in Bangladesh with the collaboration of the University of Dhaka, Ministry of Education, and University Grants Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, Dhaka is one of the fastest growing cities globally and a major commercial and industrial center of Bangladesh. So there will be more opportunities for the new entrepreneur in the coming days. I believe that the University of Dhaka will be promoted to an advanced innovation and entrepreneurship center and provide highly professional hackathons, bootcamp, thematic training programs to allow entrepreneurs to achieve their dreams and mitigate the unemployment gap of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the organizers of this event and all of you for your graceful presence. My heartfelt appreciation to Professor Dr. M.D. Akhtaruzzaman, Vice-Chancellor, for continued commitment and effort in arranging today's milestone event. I am overlapped by attending this milestone event at the University of Dhaka. We want to use this project as a role model for another entrepreneurship project in Bangladesh. In famous proverb, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far away, you go together. I expect KOICA and Dhaka University are going to fast and far away together. We are very happy to meet partner Dhaka University for this valuable project. My message to young entrepreneurs, 아무라 우뚝다 허보, 데셀 얼토나티케 속디살리 꼬르보. Yes, dear attendants, I wish you good health, prosperity, happiness, and success in all your life. Once again, thank you all. Dhannobad.
Thank you so much for believing in us and coming up with this significant initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hear the vision and journey of the project. May I now invite Mr. M.D. Rashidur Rahman, Associate Professor and Founding Executive Director, Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center, University of Dhaka, to share the vision and journey of the project.
Thank you, Garam Sarwar. So, Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Chairman of the session, as Honorable His Excellency, all the distinguished speakers, it's really an honor and also kind of, for me, it's very personal as well as a very professional moment. So on behalf of the University of Dhaka and also on behalf of the Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center, I would like to welcome you all for coming here and witnessing this glorious moment. So just to, like as we have seen that we have a number of speakers with us here, so I'll not be taking much time, but just to give you a small presentation of what we are done. So this will be the journey of the present project as well as what we are looking forward very briefly. So may I request our to make sure the slide is on. ওখানে তো হবে। Thank you. So thank you very much, Shajib. So just to give you an idea that the Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center is a center of the University of Dhaka, a recently established one in 2018 under the guidance of our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dr. Mohammad Akhtaruzzaman. So this center is an interdisciplinary platform where we focuses on innovation, creativity and entrepreneurship, but all the faculties, students, government and other players, we work together towards that vision that Ms. Jang-Do and our Professor Rahmatullah sir was mentioning, that the Bangladesh, South Korea's focuses on. So as we are witnessing, the 2021 is one of the most glorious year. So this is a year for the University of Dhaka. This is also our proud moment that we are celebrating the Mujib Borsho and also the Golden Jubilee of the countries. And now, if you are aware that, we also received an SDG award recently. Honorable Prime Minister has received under her leadership. We have been a role model for sustainable development. On top of that, if you notice that Bangladesh women cricket team also recently got the chance to play in the World Cup tournament. So 2021 is the glorious moment, and that moment is also for us is a very great moment that we are launching this project. So this remarkable growth and we are witnessing the transition and also the dividend that our opening remarks sir mentioned. This needs the three focus: innovation, creativity and entrepreneurship, and also focusing on employability. This is the three focus that is one of the vision that help us to see and help us to pursue that project. How is the focus? So we focuses on 4P: person, program, policy and platform. We believe that an ecosystem requires four of them together. And for that, we need guide collaboration. We need say government, university, industry and development sector collaboration. So if you are talking about innovation, if you are talking about entrepreneurship, if you are talking about employability, we need an effective collaboration between all these stakeholders. And with that vision, we, as you know, that the drivers of this vision of innovation and entrepreneurship is the youth who are sitting in front of us, and we need innovation-driven entrepreneurs. So with this kind of context, when we are talking in 2016, from 2018, we materialize it under the leadership of the Vice-Chancellor, sir. So this is the vision that University of Dhaka in the next coming years will take its leadership on the entrepreneurship education. That is the vision that we saw in 2018, and then after that we have continued the legacy in terms of that. Although we are very new and it's a new initiative, but our vision is quite big. And the journey, I'll be very briefly focusing on the journey. So when I was reading the Global Innovation Index and the Bloomberg Innovation Index, I was looking at the South Korea's journey and its innovation ecosystem, its success. So under that approach, I approached the KOICA government, KOICA Bangladesh in 2016, and they were focusing on how can we develop. And part of that journey continued. After the project concept paper was submitted, and then we have 5 feasibility studies. After the 5 feasibility studies, we have now came the record of discussion is a government-to-government document signed by the Ministry of ERD of the Ministry of Finance and the KOICA government. So now we are finalizing the detailed activities, but detailed activities also already been mentioned. So The objective is also been mentioned, but just to give you an idea, this is about youth entrepreneurship. So with those few words, just to give you an idea that this is the today, and this is a great day for us, and also, as you know, that for me and for everyone who have been working with this, I want to thank you all that this project has been finally, I can see that it's a dream and it's a reality. So with those few words, I want to say thank you, South Korean government, and thank you, our Honorable Vice-Chancellor and the entire Dhaka University team. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rahman, for sharing the project journey. The journey itself reflects a
Is it? Yeah. Just this one, right?
Now see it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs, investors, professors, students, officials, I am proud and thrilled to stand here today and explain the capacity building of university in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship project at the distinguished University of Dhaka with a centenary history. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Mr. M.A. Mannan MP, Minister of Planning, Government of Bangladesh, Honorable Professor Dr. Akhtaruzzaman, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Dhaka, His Excellency Mr. Jang-Keun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, prospective Ms. Young-Ah-do, Country Director of the KOICA, and staffs in KOICA Bangladesh office, and respective all of our special guests today, stakeholders, professors, and students who gave the physical and mental help so that this project could be launched today as a project manager. Also, I would like to express my gratitude and congratulations to Professor Rashid Rahman, Founding Executive Director of IC Center, University of Dhaka, and his all colleagues who have made unsparing devotion and effort to make this project a success for the past 5 years for the future of Bangladesh youth as well as Dhaka University. So I would like to share it with you with a big applause to them. Actually, I prepared many slides, but I will skip some of them as we made the big panel in front of the venue, so you can see them after our ceremony. I will explain briefly myself. I am working and serving as a senator of the World Business Angel Forum, and is the president of the Asia and Middle East subcommittee of Global Startup Committee. So I can bring all of effort not only from Korea but also all over the world to implement this project successfully. Oh, too many. I'll skip some of them. Just I'll explain about the project scope and activities. This project has the 5 scopes: entrepreneurship education plan, and it's the strengthening entrepreneurship ecosystem, and entrepreneurship education space and equipment, and project management, and monitoring and evaluation. Then we made some curriculum module. With a 3-stage from the basic and advanced and applied. Each stage has 2 months program. So it's the one batch will be 6 months. So we will learn totally 4 batches in this program. we have the three major project activities. As I told you, it's among five the component is the entrepreneurship space equipment and entrepreneurship program development and implementation and the strengthening entrepreneurship ecosystem. First is the entrepreneurship space and equipment. We will do two components. One is space program, another one the equipment installation. We will extend the 3 floors to IC Center in 2021 and 2022. Also, we will remodel the auditorium at the ground floor, and we will make the classroom, incubator room, discuss room, computer lab, 3D printer lab, and the trainers TA room, etc. Also, we will preparation of equipment list and bring the equipment here, and then we'll install all of them in 2023. Regarding to this entrepreneurship program development and implementation, as I told you, it will be the 6 months certified course, and then one course will be the 50 students, and then we'll do 4 times in 2023 and 2024. Participants can be the university student or graduate can be the participant. And then we will do seminar on entrepreneurship education program 4 times in 2022 and 2023, 2024. About the capacity building of stakeholders, we will do 2 overseas training program. One is for the policy managers, another one is for the professors. And then another capacity building of the entrepreneurs. We will do overseas training for the entrepreneurs, and we will select 3 teams in 2023, 2024 each, and then we'll give them some the training in Korea, and there is the IL opportunity to investors in Korea. Next is the strengthening entrepreneurship ecosystem. We will do the 5 entrepreneurship activities: startup hackathon, startup bootcamp, startup competition, and then networking by topic. Finally, entrepreneurship ecosystem stakeholder workshop. Already we did the first workshop on November 16. It's around the 300 stakeholders will participate at that time. Then we will do the community mapping. It's a startup community online mapping. So it's already 1 year past, and then we will start some curriculum development. It's right now. We will finish the first half of the year, and then also we will remodel the building and extend the building by the first half of 2023. Then we will do the main program from the 2023. During that time, we will run all activities together. For this project, totally 15 experts were invited, including me, from Korea. And also we will recruit 14 experts in Bangladesh to support this project. So we will do together. And then today here is 4 experts. Just can you stand up? Is Mr. Jang-Keun and Junil Oh and Haekyung Bae and Jae-Ho Lee. And then the 5 experts now online in Korea. So can you cheers for them? Okay, sit down please. Just to introduce. This is my presentation on the project. And before I close my word, I would like to close my presentation by adding on 1 sentence. This week is a week of event to celebrate the centenary anniversary of the University of Dhaka. However, I know there is the original anniversary of the founding of Dhaka University is July 1st, 1921. All of us probably will not be able to stand here in 100 years. However, if anyone is alive, you will find that 100 years later, on December 1st, 2021, the 100th anniversary of Dhaka University Entrepreneurship Day will be celebrated in a grand celebration attended by numerous successful entrepreneurs, investors, and partners from all over the world. After graduating our program, then you will be attending that event. Then you may remember, or our grandson or our granddaughters shall remember all of us who are here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kim, for sharing the project details. Now it's time to listen our special guest. May I now invite Professor Dr. Muhammad Abdul Moin, Honorable Dean, Faculty of Business Studies, University of Dhaka, Board Member, ICE Center, and also one of the leading entrepreneurs of our country.
Honorable Minister, Mr. M. Mannan MP, Ministry of Planning, Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh. His Excellency, Mr. Lee Jang-Keun, Ambassador of the People of the Republic of Korea, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dr. Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman, Honorable Secretary, Mr. Muhammad Mahbub Hussain, Secondary and Higher Education Division, Ministry of Education. Honorable Member, Professor Dr. Muhammad Abu Tahir, University Grants Commission. Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dr. Shotto Prasad Mojumdar, Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology. Honorable Country Director, Ms. Yang Ho, Korea International Cooperation Agency. Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Academic, Professor Dr. A.S.M. Maksud Kamal, University of Dhaka, and Member Secretary of Centennial Celebration Central Coordination Committee. Honorable Dean, Professor Dr. Muhammad Rahmatullah, Faculty of Law, University of Dhaka, and the President of Dhaka University Teachers Association. Honorable Project Manager, Mr. Derek Kim, Project Management Consortium, South Korea. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon. First of all, let me express my gratitude to the organizers for inviting me for saying a few words among this important gathering. My heartiest congratulations to the University of Dhaka and Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center for taking this much needed initiative to address the hyper-competitive environment of today's business. Entrepreneurship is employment generation instead of seeking employment. And I can see here the budding entrepreneurs, the daredevils, poised to take on the challenge of creating their own organization. Opportunities of entrepreneurship are numerous. First of all, it enables one to become their own masters. It creates employment, and that is the very important satisfaction that an entrepreneur derives. Fames and wealth, they come along. Most importantly, it is the pleasure of creating something. It is the pleasure of generating value for oneself, for the customers, for the society, the economy, and the nation as a whole. So that is an enormous amount of return that one can seek from entrepreneurship. Challenges are also formidable. And in today's world, we all know with the level of uncertainties that were prevailing, the ambiguities, the complexities, it is very difficult to predict what is going to happen. So the landscape changes enormously within a very short period of time. We have seen that. And a pandemic like COVID has taught us, and all the talks of fourth industrial revolution frightens us. Amidst all of these, we take on the challenge of creating new ventures. We take on the challenge of delivering value to the society. Now here comes, how are we prepared to get on with the challenges? Obviously, our Honorable Prime Minister, with her programs, have set up the bedrock for innovation by establishing an ICT infrastructure. Having said that, there's still a lot of things to be done. In particular, we have to look at the education system and training system, where how are we preparing ourselves for meeting those challenges. In a volatile environment, the meta-learning skills become more important. So basically, we must have the ability to adopt, to learn and relearn whatever we have learned. So learning new skills become important, problem solving become important, going along with people becomes important, and all of these must be incorporated in our training to embrace the task of entrepreneurship. I must congratulate Dhaka University, I must congratulate ICE, I must congratulate KOICA for trying to establish an ecosystem through which all these challenges can be met. Finally, I would like to thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, Dhaka Vishwavidyalaya Chirojibi Hok, Bangladesh Chirojibi Hok.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, as I have said, the project will facilitate to develop curriculum and promote research atmosphere in the university. We will now hear from our distinguished special guest who is leading the initiative of curriculum and research development of the university. This is my honor to invite Honorable Vice-Chancellor Academic, University of Dhaka, and Member Secretary, Centennial Celebration Central Coordination Committee, Professor Dr. A.S.M. Maqsood Kamal, sir, to deliver his address.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the launching ceremony of the capacity building of universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship with the technical and financial support of international cooperation, Korean International Cooperation Agency, KOICA, under the umbrella of Innovation, Creativity and Entrepreneurship Center, University of Dhaka. Thank you, ICE, to organize such a brilliant event. And also thanks to KOICA to provide the financial and technical support to the University of Dhaka, on the other hand to Bangladesh. Today in this inaugural session we have with us Mr. M. Mannan MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. The session is chairing by the Honorable Vice-Chancellor and the Chairman of the ICE Center, Professor Dr. Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman. We have in the podium His Excellency Mr. Jang-Keun,
Embassy of the Republic of Korea, Mr. Mahabub Hussain, Secretary, Secondary and Higher Education Division, is also with us in the dais. Professor Dr. Mahmoud Abu Tahir, Member, University Grants Commission, he is also with us. And also Professor Dr. Satya Prasad Mojumdar, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology, is also with us in the dais. We came to know the deliberation from Korean side and also from Bangladesh side. And we came to know the objective, mission and vision of this project. You know, the whole globe is now in neoliberal globalization, where partnership is the most important factor in the era of neoliberal globalization. And partnership comes through the collaboration and cooperation. Korea is the best example over the globe in order to develop the partnership between the government, academic community, as well as the industry. And Korea is spending around more than 4% of their GDP. If you go through the UNESCO website, it is mentioned there, Korea is spending more than 4% of their GDP, of its GDP, particularly in the development and research. And that is the reason a country is now having more than 30,000 US dollar per capita income in Korea. And if we look to the higher education across the globe, Korea promotes its higher education with a big thrust onwards 1990. I have gone through the GDP of the Korea in 1990, per capita income of Korea. In 1990, the per capita income of Korea was 6,000. Now it is more than 30,000 per capita income. That reflects the entrepreneurship, that reflects the innovation, that reflects technical achievement of the Korea. And it is our best, I would like to say, achievement of the University of Dhaka to have the partnership of the Korea in the area of entrepreneurship development, to develop ecosystem in the area of entrepreneurship, to develop the curriculum with the, for entrepreneurship development. I again thanks KOICA to support, all-out support to Dhaka University. The Bangladesh is in an advantageous position because we are in the time of the demographic dividend. We are enjoying the demographic dividend in our country. On the other hand, our economy is the take-off economy. So in these two, I would like to say, advantageous condition, if we can include the entrepreneurship, then it will be a big thrust for our economy. We are towards the middle income country. By 2026, we will enjoy the all sort of advantage of middle income country. And now, with the support of academic environment for entrepreneurship development, with the technical and financial support of academic environment development for entrepreneurship, it will be a big value addition in our academic arena. On the other hand, you see, when the economy is the take-off economy, it needs a regulated phenomena. It needs some system, and through this capacity development, I think that system will be developed in the University of Bangladesh. We have the PYE also with us, another university also with us, and I think we will be successful with the technical and financial support of the KOICA to develop this ecosystem for entrepreneurship development. With these few words, I would like to offer my thanks to KOICA once again to provide technical and financial support, and also thanks to the Ministry of Education to provide all-out administrative support, and University Grants Commission also to provide all-out support to the University of Dhaka. Thanks to the Vice-Chancellor to take this initiative with all-out attention, and being the chair, I think, of ICE Center. Considering the importance of the center, I think the Honorable Vice-Chancellor, when become the chairman of a center, it means a lot. Thank you, Honorable Vice-Chancellor. Thank you, audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear sir, for sharing your insightful words to us and guiding us, supporting us to achieve the milestone. May I now invite our special guest, Professor Dr. Satya Prasad Majumdar, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology.
Honorable Chief Guest of this project launching ceremony of capacity building of universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship, and Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning and Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Mr. M.A. Mannan MP, Honorable Vice-Chancellor of Dhaka University, Professor Dr. Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman, and Chairman of ICE Center, University of Dhaka, Honorable Secretary, Mr. Muhammad Mahbub Hossain, Secondary and Higher Education Division, Ministry of Education, Government of Bangladesh, Honorable Member of the University Grant Commission, Professor Dr. Muhammad Abu Tahir, Professor A.S.M. Maksud Kamal, Honorable Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Dhaka University, and the Member Secretary of Centennial Celebration Central Coordination Committee of Dhaka University, Professor Dr. Muhammad Abdul Moin, Dean Faculty of Business Studies, University of Dhaka, and Board Member, ICE Center, Mr. Derek Kim, Project Manager, Project Management Consortium, South Korea, and His Excellencies, Mr. Lee Jang-Keun, Ambassador, Embassy of Republic of Korea, Dhaka, Bangladesh, distinguished guests, distinguished professors, invited guests, my students and colleagues. It is my pleasure to attend this ceremony of capacity building of universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship in the occasion of 100-year celebration of Dhaka University, the Oxford of the East. So I am very much delighted to be here and join this program, and I think this capacity building for the students is very much essential for the next generation of fourth industrial revolution. We are going to develop our youth and graduates so they can cope up with the need of the society, need of the country, development of the network of infrastructure development and other networks of socio-economic development of the nation as leaders under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. And we are going for target of 2041. Under that target, we have to goal of sustainable development, and we achieve the goal of this development, we must create graduates with some additional skill. Just like a CGPA of having a 4 out of 4 or 3.9 out of 4 is not sufficient for the students to cope up with the need of the society and need of the industry. He must develop his or her career in terms of IT skill, socio-economic relationship development, financial skills, so that there should be a guideline for the students to join the industry, and he can contribute a lot to the industrial development of the nation. We are going to have an industrially developed country in 2041. So for that purpose, Dhaka University has taken this opportunity to take this funding from KOICA and the capacity development for faculty members, interdisciplinary students and professionals, and it will create opportunities for graduates to share knowledge with industrial entrepreneurships and develop their skills for industrial development of the nation. And it will strengthen the network among the university industries. We have more than 100 universities. We are having our own graduates, but we are lacking of networking. All universities must be under a network so that they can collaborate with each other. And Dhaka University, BUET, other universities can collaborate to contribute to the development of young graduates. After graduation, a student actually looking for job. He does not know how to go for a job, how to go for entrepreneurship development. So this center will give him guideline and training so that one we have developed in this project of 4 or 5 years, we can develop 10 students as entrepreneurship, as entrepreneurs for his developing own enterprise. This one, each and every one will create another 10 or 100 students in the next subsequent 5 years. And those students, 100 students, will get another 100 students, each of them, and ultimately it will be multiplying geometrically, and ultimately you have a lot of students having their own way to the life and settle down as entrepreneurship development in their national development contribution. And our students graduating from BUET and other universities going out of the country because they are lacking of opportunities. We must have this opportunity, so give them a way out so they can have the opportunity to develop this career in the country and contribute to the national development. I am very much delighted and I am very much indebted or gratitude, I feel my gratitude to University of Dhaka, Honorable Vice-Chancellor of Dhaka University for inviting me in this auspicious occasion, and I express big gratitude for inviting me in this 100-year celebration. Thank you very much for joining this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. May I now invite our special guest, Professor Dr. M.D. Abu Tahir, Honorable Member, University Grants Commission, Bangladesh, to deliver his remarks.
Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. M. A. Mannan, MP, Honorable Minister, Minister of Planning, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Honorable Guest of Honor, His Excellency Lee Jang-Keun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, Dhaka, Chair of today's programs, Professor Dr. Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman, Vice-Chancellor, Dhaka University, Honorable Secretary Mr. M.D. Mahabub Hussain, Secondary Higher Education Divisions, Minister of Education, Honorable Vice-Chancellor of BUET, Professor Dr. Satya Prasad Majumdar, Honorable Vice-Chancellor of Dhaka University, Professor Dr. S. Maqsud Kamal, Academics, Mr. Yong Ong Do, Country Director of KOICA, Professor Dr. Muhammad Abdul Moin, Dean, Faculty of Business Studies, Dhaka University, Professor Dr. M. Rahmatullah, Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Dhaka, and my respected teachers, hopefully virtually connected, Professor Dr. Kondogar Bazululok of Dhaka University, my fellow colleagues, Mr. Derek Kim, in my site while I was working as in High University in South Korea in 2010. He's also professor. I am also professor in South Korea at the times in the same university. Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum, namaskar, and very good afternoons. I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude from myself and University Grants Commission of Bangladesh to invite me as a special guest to say a few words in this launching ceremony of ICE projects. First of all, I remember the great teacher of Bengali nations, architect of independent Bangladesh, the greatest Bengali of all times, father of nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I also remember the martyrs of 1952, martyrs of 1952 August, the 3 million martyrs in 1971, martyrs of 15 August 1975, martyrs of 21st in 2004, and hopefully about 28,000 people passed away due to corona pandemic, and those who are sacrificing their lives to establish democracy in Bangladesh. University advances education and learning through teaching and research for innovation with the commitment to serve the nations and the world. It is a center of excellence for imparting quality educations to creation of knowledge, dissemination, and preservation for generation to generations. Today's world is very competitive. We are living in the change of rapid technological advances. Globalizations, economic liberalizations, merger acquisitions, and development of ICT have rapidly changed the landscape of business. Without innovations and creativity, it is very difficult to sustain in this global blaze. As a prime mover of efficient and knowledgeable skill-based human resource, Dhaka University played a very significant role from the very beginnings for developing need-based graduates and promote, hopefully, youth entrepreneurship, which can confidently face any situation in upcoming days of Bangladesh. As you know that, Bangladesh is one of the first growing economies of the world. Moreover, youth entrepreneurship development has been designated one of the topmost agenda of the present government. So this initiative taken by Dhaka University is timely ones and strengthening innovative entrepreneurship ecosystems. Truly speaking, innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship is the outcomes of interactions of a skill-based human resources, conducive entrepreneurship environment, and socio-cultural factors. It plays a vital role in the growth of Bangladesh economy. It also acts as a catalyzer in fostering the initiatives to undertake all economic activities. In Bangladesh, larger amount of potential remains untapped due to lack of proper entrepreneurial educations. I personally believe that with right directions from ICE centers of Dhaka University, our unemployed graduates as well as youth entrepreneurship can join and enormously contribute to our national economy. While I share my own experience about KOICA funding projects at Bangladesh Open University, while I was working as a treasurer in 2013 to 2016, I was closely involved in KOICA funding project. Under this project, they also established e-learning center, learning management system, interactive virtual classroom, and capacity building of the faculties, which played a vital role in open and distance education of Bangladesh the then time. Now I was also working as foreign faculty at Inha University in 2009. I also observed that most of the Korean space and funding organization has been can do is fit and good to overcome any sorts of difficulties with the help of TABA approach. I request the authority of Dhaka University Specialized Center should more focus two things in order to develop their entrepreneurship curriculum, especially outcome-based curriculum. First things, what are the factors influencing innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship to start and manage their enterprise in Bangladesh? And second things, what are the operational constraints faced by youth entrepreneurs in running the business of Bangladesh today? I personally believe that ICE Centers is considered to be a matchmaking and effective platform towards innovative-driven entrepreneurial educations in ecosystem of Bangladesh that would eventually help to employment generations, accelerated economic growth, escalation of the living standard of the people of Bangladesh that leads to the materialize the visions of the present government under visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and also build a happy and prosperous Golden Bengal as envisaged by the Father of Nations, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. With these few words, I conclude my speech. I wish on behalf of UGC as well as on behalf of UGC, good journey of ICE Center of Dhaka University, and congratulate again for funding and cooperation of KOICA to these university funding projects. Thank you again for patience hearing to all Bangladeshi audience, and come some nida to all South Korean audience. May Almighty Allah bless all of us. Long live Bangladesh. Thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know that this is a G2G project under the leadership of the Ministry of Education, it is time to hear from our special guest, Mr. M.D. Mahbub Hussain, Honorable Secretary, Secondary and Higher Education Division, Minister of Education, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh.
Respected Chairperson, Professor Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman, Vice-Chancellor of University of Dhaka, Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. M.A. Mannan MP, Honorable Minister for Planning, Government of Bangladesh, Honorable Special Guest, Guest of Honor, His Excellency Ambassador of Republic of Korea, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. I am truly honored to be here at the launching ceremony of the capacity building of universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship project. Today's launching ceremony bears a particular significance as the University of Dhaka, the most prestigious educational institution in Bangladesh, is celebrating its centenary anniversary. This is really an opportune moment for our nation as well. We are celebrating the birth centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the 50th anniversary of our independence. In a relatively brief history of our nation, the University of Dhaka has heralded our leaders and thinkers in almost all our national and international achievements. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Bangladesh is on its way to achieving the status of developed nation by 2041. We strongly believe our young generation will be the main change agent for this transition. They have merits, courage, and potential. They just need a supportive and enabling environment to fully utilize their capacities. Innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship equate to employability all over the world. Bangladesh needs to focus on building an environment that fosters and nurtures ideas from the seed stage and helps them grow as successful, sustainable ventures. We need to educate our young generation through undertaking special initiatives so that they become confident to be successful entrepreneurs, both at national and global levels. I believe that this project is an effective initiative in this regard. I'm happy to know that the record of discussion signed between KOICA and ERD on 31st January 2021 to implement the pilot project is moving forward. The project, with the grant aid of Republic of Korea, has identified 5 activities through in-depth feasibility studies to implement. I will request all my colleagues in Secondary and Higher Education Division, University Grants Commission, Dhaka University and Planning Commission to please expedite the remaining process of the project approval so that the project can be implemented in full swing. I'd like to thank Republic of Korea and KOICA, our trusted friend in development, for supporting this project. I appreciate the University of Dhaka for undertaking the initiatives in partnership with KOICA to implement the project along with other universities for creating a holistic ecosystem that promotes the entrepreneurial spirit and helps our young generation materialize their creative ideas into scalable and effective ventures. I hope University Grants Commission will play an important role in the process. Secondary and Higher Education Division of Ministry of Education will extend necessary support and will closely monitor the implementation and impact of the project to decide about the next phases. I believe the project will bring the desired outcomes. Our universities will be fully benefited from the project, and the students will be able to grasp the new trend and technology and gain proper skill for their better and brighter futures. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from our guest of honor. We have amongst us as the guest of honor His Excellency Mr. Lee Jang-Keun, Honorable Ambassador, Embassy of the Republic of Korea, Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Honorable Planning Minister, MP Mannan, and Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Akhtaruzzaman, and also Secretary Mahbub Hussain, and distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. আপনার সবাই কে দেখে খুব ভালো লাগলো। First of all, I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Dhaka University on its centenary anniversary this week. Onek Subecha. And also thank you for inviting me to this very meaningful occasion. Onek Donnobat. This is my third visit to Dhaka University since my arrival here July last year. And today, I'm very pleased to take part in this launching ceremony of history event, very historic collaboration project between Korea and Dhaka University. Moreover, I feel honored to see this ceremony happening in this week of Dhaka University's centenary celebration. Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor Akhtaruzzaman, for your consideration, which I believe testifies your deep attachment to this project, as well as to the bilateral ties between Dhaka University and Korea. Distinguished guests and participants, Korea and Dhaka University have a long history of close collaboration. In particular, through KOICA, our development agency, Dhaka University has been the symbol and also the center of Korea-Bangladesh culture and educational cooperation. Allow me to briefly introduce some major collaborations so far. The first major collaboration between Korea and Dhaka University was the establishment of the Korea Language Center under the IML in 1997. Through the KOICA project, Dhaka University is the only university in Bangladesh which officially offers Korean language courses. And the successful operation of the Korean Language Center led to the creation of Korea Education and Culture Center under the same IML in 2007. Also in 2003, through the KOICA project, Korea assisted in installing 2 ICT labs in the university. And the culmination of our bilateral collaboration was the establishment of Korea Corner at the Central Library of Dhaka University in 2013. I had the pleasure of handing over around 100 books and materials to the corner in last September in the presence of the Honorable Vice-Chancellor. Today, Korea is launching another milestone collaboration project with Dhaka University. I believe that this project includes all the crucial aspects for the future of Bangladesh: youth, entrepreneurship, and education. In other words, entrepreneurship education for youth. Let me share with you why I think in this way. First, youth. Young people should be the focus in Bangladesh's development plan and policies. It is not just because the young people accounts for the largest population of Bangladesh. It is because of the nature and quality of Bangladeshi young people who are very talented and ambitious. Observing young people in Bangladesh, I found that they were very eager to chart a better life and better opportunities for the future. For instance, there are around 1,005 Bangladeshi young students who are studying in Korea now. Most of them are graduate studies with full or partial scholarships, and mostly in the engineering field. Another instance is those who are working at Samsung R&D Institute in Dhaka. Few people know that Samsung established R&D center in Bangladesh in 2010. The center is employing around 500 Bangladesh software developers, engineers. Most of them are very young. Samsung is very satisfied with the quality of their work, and they want these people to retain with them for long. But unfortunately, many of them are not satisfied staying in Samsung institutes, and they quit there looking for better opportunities in such places as Silicon Valley. Second, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the way Bangladesh should move forward. Bangladesh need to develop and establish factories and industries. But building factories is a development strategy of the past. At present, in an era of so-called the fourth industrial revolution, it is ideas and creativity which are leading the world of business. If you see the top global companies now, most of them, such as Google, Amazon, Facebook, they are not even manufacturing, but still world top companies. Nowadays, those who have innovative and creative ideas can lead and dominate the world, even without having factories. And I believe that Bangladesh is very well positioned for a success in this era of the fourth industrial revolution, with its big population, with full of talented young people. Korea is ready and willing to be a partner and collaborator in Bangladesh's effort for cultivating and building young entrepreneurs. Already last year, Korea Productivity Center, one of the Korean collaborators in this project, and the Bangladesh ICT division jointly embarked on an initiative to promote the foundation for successful frontier startups among young Bangladesh people. 5 teams composed of 10 Bangladesh youngsters with innovative ideas were selected through very stiff competition. And they were sent to Korea for 6 months, and Korea helped them to incubate, deepen, and commercialize their ideas. Next year, another 5 teams will be sent to Korea through the same process. And I believe that this new project with Dhaka University will make our 2 startup collaborations more systemic and effective. Third, in this effort of bringing up young entrepreneurs, universities could and should play a central role. And it is the very reason why we are launching this project today with the title of Capacity Building of Universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship. Throughout this project, we will also share how Korean universities are playing a role in promoting young entrepreneurship and collaborate together with Dhaka University and other universities in this country. In closing, again, This project we are launching today will be a milestone project between Korea and Bangladesh relations, and also Korea-Dhaka University collaboration. Some previous speakers said that this is historic day for Dhaka University. I fully agree with him. It is about the future of Bangladesh and about the young people, the future generation, the very owner of the future, and more importantly, about the future of Korea-Bangladesh relations. And Korea is very pleased and proud to be a partner in Bangladesh's grand journey toward the future together. As we have been true and trustworthy partner since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1973, 50 years ago, we will remain so for the next coming 5 decades. We will make this project a success and provide many Bangladeshi young people very valuable opportunities for their future. I wish really this project is a real success story between Korea and Dhaka University collaboration. Thank you very much. Onek Donnobat. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, for your kind words and supporting us to accomplish a shared vision. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great moment to hear our chief guest of today's launching ceremony. We have amongst us as chief guest Mr. M.A. Mannan, MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. May I request you, sir?
Assalamu alaikum, Shubha Bikel. I would like to begin by congratulating, felicitating the distinguished Vice-Chancellor of our pride institution, Dhaka University, on their celebrating the 100th anniversary of the founding of this great institution, which is referred to as the lighthouse of the people of Bengal, Bengalis, Bangladeshis, wherever they are. Let me also congratulate faculty, officers, students of this great institution and assure them that the government of Bangladesh under Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has the interests of this great institution in its heart and would like to do all that we can in strengthening, in seeing that this academic institution prospers further beyond its present course. I would like to also thank the distinguished Ambassador of Korea, a good friend of ours, and officers of JICA who are present here this afternoon in launching a cooperation agreement between University of Dhaka, ICE, and KOICA. This is a great initiative, and I wish that our friendship between the people of Korea and Bangladesh will strengthen further through this cooperation. I would like to assure His Excellency the Ambassador that we consider Korea as a great friend of ours and we appreciate their great support to us over the years and would like to let them know that we would like this friendship to continue for the mutual benefit of our two peoples. I must also thank the Distinguished Secretary of Education, Distinguished Vice-Chancellor of BUET, members of the UGC, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of this great institution, Professor Maqsood Kamal, who is a good friend of mine from some years back, and others who are present here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are passing through a time of transition, a time of upliftment for Bangladesh as a whole. We have turned the corner. We are on the road of highway of development, highway of transformation into a middle income country with the hope that by the year 2041, we will be able to reach our goal of becoming a upper income country, becoming a member of OECD, of which Korea is a prominent, Korea is a proud member. For all these, we need to work together. We need to work harder, and we need to keep our heads down and not waste our resources, not waste our energy, not waste our time. Hard work, more hard work, only hard work can take us further. I would like to also thank Miss, well, the name. Miss Do of JICA and her colleagues in JICA for their support to Bangladesh. Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies. KOICA, I'm not feeling very well, I have a little fever. KOICA, very close friend of ours. JICA and KOICA sounds alike, like brothers, and they are brothers also. Both are good friends of ours. And JICA and KOICA both have been here for so many years. KOICA for 30 years now. You will have many more years here to work with us. So the first part of my short deliberation speech, whatever you want to call it, is over. আমি এখন সামান্য দু চারটি কথা বাংলায় বলবো, নইলে মাথা শান্তি পাচ্ছি না। কষ্ট করে বলছি অনেক কিছুই, কিন্তু এখন স্বাভাবিকভাবে দু চারটি কথা বলবো, 2-3 মিনিট সময় নেব মাতৃভাষায়। এই ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে বাঙালি, বাংলাদেশ, বাংলা ভাষা, বাংলাদেশের সংস্কৃতি, আমাদের যে ভিত্তিগুলো, এগুলোর প্রতি পুনর্বার আমাদের আনুগত্য, আমাদের দায়, আমাদের দায়িত্ববোধ, এগুলো যদি পুনরায় বারবার আমি সরকারের পক্ষে উচ্চারণ না করি, তাহলে তা আমাদের বীর শহীদদের প্রতি, আমাদের পূর্বপুরুষ যারা সংগ্রাম করে প্রাণ দিয়ে আমাদেরকে আমাদের মাতৃভূমিকে আমাদের হাতে ফেরত দিয়ে গেছেন, প্রায় টানা 1000 বছরের বহিরাগত শাসন থেকে, বাইরের শাসন থেকে, বাইরের সাংস্কৃতিক আগ্রাসন থেকে আমাদের হাতে আমাদের ফিরিয়ে দিয়ে গেছেন, তাদের প্রতি সম্মান দেখাবার শ্রেষ্ঠ জায়গা এই বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ে, আমাদের বাতিঘর। আমি আশা করব আমাদের বর্তমান প্রজন্মের যারা এখানে আছে, বিশেষ করে যারা শিক্ষার্থী, তাদের কাছে আবেদন, আমরা তাদেরকে নিয়ে গর্ববোধ করি। আমাদের সকল পরিশ্রম, আমাদের সকল নির্মাণ, যা কিছু আমাদের মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর, আমাদের রাজনৈতিক দলের, আমাদের সরকারের সকল কিছু এই প্রজন্মের উদ্দেশ্যে। অন্তরিক্ষে বঙ্গবন্ধু স্যাটেলাইট হোক, চট্টগ্রামের টানেল হোক, পদ্মা সেতু হোক, রূপপুরের পারমাণবিক প্রকল্প হোক, বা আরও অনেক মেগা প্রকল্প যেগুলো আমার অফিসে আমার টেবিলে থাকে, আমি এগুলা ছুঁয়ে ছুঁয়ে গর্ববোধ করি, সম্মানিত বোধ করি, এ সকল তোমাদের জন্য। সঙ্গে সঙ্গে ক্ষমা চেয়ে নিচ্ছি মাননীয় ভাইস চ্যান্সেলর মহোদয়ের কাছে, এই সুযোগে আমি দু একটি কথা বলবো, সকালে একমত নাও হতে পারেন, তবুও এই নতুন প্রজন্মের কাছে বলছি, মাঝে মাঝে আমরা কষ্ট পাই। আমরা যারা বয়োজ্যেষ্ঠ, বিশেষ করে আমরা কষ্ট পাই যখন আমরা দেখি, যখন আমরা কিছু কিছু আচরণ দেখি যেগুলো মোটেও গ্রহণযোগ্য নয়, যেগুলো সকল সীমারেখা ছাড়িয়ে যায়, জাতীয়তাবোধের, আত্মসম্মানের, জাতীয় পরিচয়ের সীমারেখা ছাড়িয়ে যায়। যখন খেলার মাঠে আমরা যে আচরণ দেখি, সাম্প্রতিককালে দেখেছি আমাদের তরুণ প্রজন্মের কারো কারো মাঝে থেকে আমরা লজ্জা বোধ করি, গ্লানি বোধ করি, অপমান বোধ করি। আশা করি আমাদের যারা এখানে আছে তারা আমার এই বার্তাটা বুঝতে পারবেন। তাদের কাছে ক্ষমা চেয়েই বলছি, তাদের স্বাধীনতা, তাদের স্বকীয়তা, এর প্রতি আমাদের কোনো আপত্তি নেই। আমরা চাই তোমরা পূর্ণ স্বাধীনতা নিয়ে বিশ্ব দরবারে বিশ্বের মানুষের সঙ্গে, সকল মানুষের সঙ্গে তোমরা যোগদান করবে। এইটি ছিল আমার প্রথম নিবেদন। দ্বিতীয় নিবেদন একই ধারায় আরেকটি বিষয়ে, সাম্প্রতিককালে আমাদের একটি মহান ধর্ম, এই দেশেরই ধর্ম, কিছু ধর্মাবলম্বীদের তাদের উপাসনার জায়গায় আমাদের কেউ কেউ, হতে পারি আমরা হাত দিয়েছি, অন্যায় কাজ। এইটা আমাদের মহান বীর মুক্তিযোদ্ধারা, আমাদের জাতির জনক বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান এবং তার সহচরেরা এবং আমাদের পূর্বপুরুষরা এই বাংলাদেশ চাননি। আমরা চাই একটি গর্বিত বাংলাদেশ, ন্যায়ানুগ বাংলাদেশ, উদার বাংলাদেশ, যেখানে সকল মানুষ সকল মতের সকল পথের সানন্দে নিরাপত্তায় সমান মর্যাদায় বসবাস করবে। এই বার্তাটিও আমি নিবেদন করে গেছি আমাদের এই বর্তমান প্রজন্মের কাছে। এই সুযোগটা মাননীয় ভাইস চ্যান্সেলর মহোদয় আপনার পোডিয়ামে আমি নিলাম, আশা করি ক্ষমা করবেন। এটি জাতীয় প্রয়োজনে এই সুযোগ আমি স্বাভাবিকভাবে পাওয়ার কথা নয়, আজকে দাওয়াত দিয়েছেন তাই আমি এখানে এসেছি, নইলে হয়তো এদের সঙ্গে কথা বলার সুযোগ আমি পেতাম না। তো যাই হোক, আমার কথার প্রায় শেষে চলে এসেছি। আমি পুনরায় ধন্যবাদ জানাই সবাইকে। অ্যান্ড লেট মি ওয়ান্স অ্যাগেন থ্যাংক KOICA, underline KOICA, again KOICA, not JICA, KOICA for their friendship and their support and their fraternal bond of assistance that exists between Korea and Bangladesh in our development struggle. We congratulate Korea on their very exemplary, dazzling performance in the world economic ladder, in the world economic stage. They are members of OECD, where we want to be in 2041. I hope they will stay with us and see us through. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, ভদ্র মহিলা মহোদয়গণ, সকলকে আমার শ্রদ্ধা এবং ধন্যবাদ। জয় বাংলা, জয় বঙ্গবন্ধু। Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and giving your valuable time with us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hear from our today's session chair, our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, sir, who is associated with this initiative from the very beginning. The kind guidance, direct support help us tremendously to bring this initiative at today's stage. May I now invite Honorable Vice-Chancellor, University of Dhaka, Professor Dr. M.D. Akhtaruzzaman, sir, to deliver his session chair address.
Okay, I understand that this time does not allow us to speak. Rather, this time invites us to eat. So keeping this in mind, I must brief my speech. Honorable Planning Minister, His Excellency M.A. Mannan MP, His Excellency Ambassador Lee, Honorable Education Secretary Mr. Mahabub Hossain, and my colleague, Vice-Chancellor, Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology, Professor Satyaprasad Majumdar, Honorable UGC member, Professor Dr. Abu Taher, my colleague from the University of Dhaka, the Vice-Chancellor Academic, Professor Maksud Kamal, and of course, KOICA Country Director, Bangladesh Country Director, Ms. Young De is also present here, and some other distinguished personalities, probably from the colleagues from my universities, and the consortium team manager, Professor Mr. Darik, is also spoke. KOICA people from KOICA Bangladesh. My colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, very good afternoon and assalamu alaikum. At the outset, I would like to thank our students, particularly the artists belonging to Dhaka University Cultural Society, who presented a wonderful, very fantastic cultural presentation in honor of our guest. I really appreciate your incredible performance, cultural performance, just at the dawn of this program. Honorable Minister, we are thankful to you. You have spent a lot of time for this wonderful venture. This is one of the strongest celebratory event that marks not only the birth centenary, 100 years birth centenary of this University of Dhaka, but on this occasion we also celebrate the golden jubilee journey of KOICA in Bangladesh that started its journey back in 1998. Just a 24-year journey it made in Bangladesh. So KOICA country director has rightly pointed out that KOICA made its wonderful journey in this country back in 24 years back. So this is now the silver jubilee of KOICA in Bangladesh journey. This program also adds another feather of glory to the crown that we celebrate our centenary. Back in 2017, we were planning to have a center, an entrepreneurship center to promote our youth to become entrepreneurs. And at this juncture of time, KOICA came forward with their helping hands. And that is why we the Dhaka University, is deeply indebted to this KOICA for their all-out support to build capacity of this university to promote entrepreneurship in Bangladesh. The program basically aims at university capacity building. Not necessarily this initiation will remain confined to the University of Dhaka. Rather, Dhaka University is the hub of holistic and interdisciplinary approaches, interdisciplinary dimensions. So Dhaka University, the only place which has been chosen by KOICA and the government of Bangladesh, that will be able to connect all the universities in Bangladesh to strengthen their capacity across the country's universities. I hope Dr. Rashid, who is the founding director of this Center of Innovation, Entrepreneurship in this University of Dhaka, has done the right thing. This is one of the finest examples of the global partnership, because global partnership is the one of the strongest goals of 17 goals of the Sustainable Development Goal that we need to have nowadays to achieve all the 17 goals by 2030. So this is one of the finest examples of having global partnership. Today we are having Ministry of Planning, Ministry of Education, University Grants Commission, and KOICA. So certainly this promotes global partnership and international partnership. We would like to continue this type of initiative in the future, and Dhaka University will be cooperating with all other universities, the University of Engineering Technology and some other universities across the country. All will get benefit out of the initiative the center and the project will undertake. With this note, once again, I would like to thank Rashid and his colleagues, and also Professor Khandakar Bazul Haq, who in my absence helps in running this institution. With this short speech, once again, I would like to thank His Excellency Ambassador, and of course our Minister, Honorable Minister, who has always been very kind and very friendly and very supportive with the University of Dhaka, because we have been noticing that as and when we invite him to any of our events, he just attends and he spends time. So a kind man, so a friendly man he is, Mr. Abdul Mannan. We are grateful to you and hope to receiving all-out cooperation in future in implementing our undertakings that we are going to hold in the years to come. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you indeed. Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu, Dhaka University, Bangladesh, Chirojibi Hok.
Thank you, sir, for being our constant source of guidance, inspiration, and leading us from the front. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at the end of our program. Before that, may I now invite Professor Dr. Khandakar Bazul Haq, sir, Vice Chairman, ICE Center, University of Dhaka, and one of the senior faculties of the university, to deliver a vote of thanks. Sir has joined us virtually through Zoom.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon to all of you. We are here for about 1.5 hours. We heard a lot from our distinguished speakers about IC Center, its ambitions and achievements. We have also learned about different stakeholders of the project, capacity building of universities in Bangladesh to promote youth entrepreneurship. Now my job is to move a vote of thanks. I understand everybody is tired and perhaps not much interested to hear anymore. But it's just a formality, and going without that is also not very good. I assure you, I shall strictly limit my deliberations to my assigned job. The only thing I would like to mention that mere formal thanksgiving is not enough for all of you who have been so kind to us all these days in our journey in the last 3 years. And again, being present here today will inspire us when we have been trying our best to cater to the needs of Bangladesh in making it a creative and innovative nation to face the challenges of globalization and implementation of SD agenda. and also to help our youth in becoming entrepreneurs. Distinguished guest and speaker, you deserve me. And in my view, that is our gratitude and heartfelt love for you. However, our sincere thanks and gratitude go to Professor M.D. Akhtaruzzaman, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Dhaka University, and Chairman of IC Center, who has been nurturing the center from day one and rendering all supports to us whenever and in whatever form we seek. We are extremely thankful to KOICA, who has been so supportive to us. We are grateful to our Chief Guest, Mr. M. A. Mannan, MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning, Government of Bangladesh, for his kind presence and kind words. We are also thankful to our today's guest of honor, His Excellency Mr. Lee Jang-Keun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Our sincere thanks to all our special guests, Mr. M. Mahoboshan, Secretary, Secondary and Higher Education Division, Ministry of Education, Professor M.D. Abu Tahir, Member, University Grants Commission, Professor Shotto Prasad Mujumdar, Vice-Chancellor, BUET, Professor A.S.M. Maksud Kamal, Vice-Chancellor of Dhaka University, Professor Muhammad Abdul Moin, Dean, Faculty of Business Studies. We are also thankful to distinguished speakers, Professor M.D. Rahmatullah, Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Dhaka, Mr. Derek Kim, Project Manager, Project Management Consortium, South Korea, Ms. Yang Ado, Country Director, KOICA, Mr. M.D. Rashidul Rahman, the Founding Executive Director of IC Center, and all others who have worked hard along with him for the success of today's event. All the best for all of you. Thanking you once again. Long live IC Center, long live Dhaka University, long live Bangladesh. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. As we see, we are going to conclude our session. May I now request today's session chair, distinguished guest, to lead the cake cutting ceremony. The students will remain seated, and may I now request Muhammad Rashidul Rahman to lead the guests to lunch. We have arrangement for our guests, for our invited guests for lunch. Our invited guests, please join us with lunch. Thank you very much for having us. I would like to thank my colleagues from Bangladesh and South Korea who joined us virtually to this launching ceremony. Thank you all.